Hey guys, so there's been a few questions about utilizing the slice functionality, and I think that for some of those that are new to the group, Candors's Cricut and Creative Crafters, that we have some people that are afraid to utilize the slice because they just truly don't understand it. So I'm going to try to break it down for you today, and I'm going to do that by utilizing one of the images that I created in Cricut Design Space using the slice functionality. So this image here, where I did the t-shirt that says nosy, and then I sliced, if you're so concerned about my business, invest in it, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I made this particular shirt. Now, I don't remember the fonts that I used, so I'm just gonna play around with it to show you how to make this shirt, okay? So we are going to go over to Cricut Design Space. And so when you're utilizing slice, guys, you can only slice 2 layers at a time, okay? So when we say layers, we're talking about the different colors, okay? So if I were to bring in an image just by clicking on images on the left, and I'm going to find an image here that has, that'll be good to show you the slice functionality here. I don't know why this Sesame Street stuff cost. Like, come on, Cricut. All right, so here we have a mask. We're going to utilize this. So we're going to click on what we want to utilize, and I'm going to insert image. I'm just going to show you how the slice functionality works, and then I'm going to show you how to make a t-shirt. It's just taking a moment for the image to come in. Today, Cricut Design Space today. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get one that's smaller. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay. All right, so this image, just to show you how the slice functionality will only work with 2 layers at a time. So when you talk about layers, you're looking over here to your right. And this shows you the different layers that make up this image. So right now you have 3 layers. Excuse me. Let's say you just wanted this face, but you wanted to slice this face in half for whatever reasons. And then you bring in a shape on your left, and we're just going to say a square. All right. So I'm going to unlock the proportions on the left-hand side, and then I'm just going to use the 4 arrow little icon here to expand it. And normally what you would do is you would take your words, or you would take your image, and then you would take something and place it on top where you want to slice it, and then you would just highlight it, and then you would come down to the bottom right and select slice. Well, most of you may say, well, my slice doesn't work because every time I try to slice something, it's grayed out. Well, it's grayed out because now I have 4 layers instead of 3 layers. Excuse me. So remember, I told you that it's only going to work with 2 layers at a time. Okay. So what we can do is you will have to go over, and you're going to have to actually hide at least 2 of those layers so that you're only left with 2. So now we have one part of the mask in color, and then we have the shape that we want to use where we want the slice to take place. We want it to slice it dead in the middle. So now if I highlight the two of them, you notice slice is now active where I can utilize it. So now if I click slice, it's going to show me my slice results. Okay, so I can go ahead and click on this one and delete it. And then you're going to have 3 parts left, and that's because you're going to have 2 in one color and then 2 in a different color. Okay, so you can decide, okay, is this what I was going for my slice, or did I want one color, one color, one side of the face one color, and one side of the face a different color? So you could do it that way to accomplish your goal, or maybe you wanted to put something dead in the center. Okay, so I'm going to show you um, how we created the nosy t-shirt by utilizing slice, but I just wanted you to understand that you can only work with 2 layers at a time, and I wanted to help you to understand what we mean by layers on your right side of your screen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't need it. And now I'm going to insert text. So I'm going to start out with the biggest portion of what I want sliced, which is just the word nosy. And it's always good to me when you work with a multi font because it's thicker. And so it kind of drives home the message a little bit better. So when you insert your text, you go up to your fonts, and the quickest way to filter looking for your multi-layer fonts is just by filtering and then coming over to the right and selecting multi-layer. So that's going to give you your more thicker fonts to work with. Okay. And like I said, I don't remember what font I was working with, so I'm just going to select something here. Just the moral of the story is just to show you how I created the t-shirt. So let's see something here. Let's see what that looks like. All right, that's a good one. And then sometimes, guys, if the font is still not thick enough for you, you can always try the style to see if it'll thicken up some. This is about the best we're going to get, so I think it'll serve its purpose. So I'm just going to click the little icon here in the left. This is your lock and unlock proportions. Okay, so I am going to unlock the proportions by clicking it once. And then on the right hand side, you have these 4 arrows. And then I'm just going to click it and drag it to where I can expand it. Okay. All right. So right now I have 2 layers. You see it here on the left hand, excuse me, on the right hand side. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to eliminate one of them so that I'm only working with, well, I didn't have to eliminate it because it was already deselected, but just to show you, that's the second one. Okay. So since I want to utilize slice, what I'm going to do is go over and grab a shape. And in this case, I'm going to use a square. You have to pick the shape that makes the most sense. And I want to slice this straight down the middle. Okay. So what I'm going to do is unlock the proportions of the square and then use the 4 arrows and drag that over. Okay. So I'm going to change this to white for just a second. And I'm going to bring this to the front. I just want to be able to see it. Alrighty, so I think that's good enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and send that back to the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight them both, the square and nosy, and I'm going to slice right here on the bottom right hand side of my screen. Okay, so now it's going to show me my slice results on the right hand side. And so you can either click here and delete based on what you see, or you could just move it out of the way. Okay, so I know that I do not want this. So I'm just going to click that little X in the top left corner. And I know that I do not want this. So I'm just going to click that X in the top left corner. And this is what I'm left with for my slice. Okay, so at this point, I can bring this down and then I'm able to place whatever I want on the inside. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take more text and I'm going to say, if you are so concerned about my business, invest in it. So that's what I had. And then I would take and change the font on this because I want something a little bit different than the font that I have. So I'm just clearing that multi-layer font out of the way so that I can get all my options here. And then you can play around with whatever font that you want to go. And I'm not particular about this because I'm just using it for show. So let's try what this alphabet looks like. And I said, alphabet. I might need to put my glasses on because I don't even think that's what that says, Doris. Let me grab my glasses, y'all, and let me take a closer look. Okay, it's called aphasia. All right, so it looks like that font is taking forever unless this is supposed to be the font, which it doesn't look the same. So I'm just going to change it one more time, and let's go with Aphrodite. And let's go with this color. All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to change that font because I don't like that. But what I'm going to do is I am going to now unlock the proportions on here and drag it down so that it fits nicely inside of my nosy. Yeah, that font is confusing. Got something black in my mouse here. Let me move that so I can go ahead and knock this out. Oh, that font is ugly. All right, that's much better. All right, so what I'm going to do now is unlock the proportions for this so that I can increase the size of the if you are so concerned about my business, invest in it. Okay, so it's a little bit different than what my shirt was, but you can play around with it, guys, to make it your own. And we can drag this up some so that it's not so far away. All right, and there you have it. If you are so concerned about my business, invest in it. And then at this point, all you need to do is just go ahead and bring it all together just like that and select group. Okay. And once you group it all together, and you click on Make It. Then you have your nosy here. Wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. Sorry guys, I forgot one thing. Go ahead and group it, and then you're going to weld it here at the bottom. And that's just so that it all stays together. And then when you click on Make It, there you have it. So I'm using weld in this case so that it doesn't jump all over the place, and it's going to cut it out just as you see it, just like this, without any issues. Now what some people will do, and I'm just going to show you this, but I'm going to cancel just for a second, but you're going to weld. Some people will highlight it all together and click on attach, okay? You always want to make sure that whatever you're working with, because sometimes when you choose attach, just based on the images or fonts you may be working with, you may end up, especially with your images, a cut and print, and you don't want anything to go to the printer in this case. This is an iron-on t-shirt that we're going to be doing on HTV vinyl. So we don't want anything to go to the printer. So you want to make sure that you don't change it to where it says cut and print. Okay, so your project should still be in a cut mode. So there we have it. That is how you can go in and make that t-shirt for yourself. Again, I don't remember what fonts I used, and I'm not even sure if I saved it. Let me see if I saved it. Nope, I did not save it. So let's go back. And so there you have it. That is how you use slice. You can only slice 2 layers at a time, and whatever shape you bring over to slice it is considered a part of the layers. Okay, so it's going to be the shape and whatever else you're trying to slice. So you may have to reduce it down based on the number of layers or colors that you have in that particular image that you're trying to slice. But you can use slice for fonts, you can use slice on your images. But just remember, once you get to this point and you select weld, there's no coming back. So this is a done deal. I can't go in here and do anything but change colors. That's it. That's all I can do. And of course, you could dumb it down some, reduce it down. But as far as changing anything, I kind of like that purple. But as far as changing anything, no, you would be done. I like that. I might make me a shirt with that on it. All right, guys. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I just wanted to show you how to use the slice functionality and to help you understand that it is only 2 layers at a time that can be sliced, and how you can tell how many layers you currently have and how to eliminate some of those in order to get that slice functionality. All right. So if you have any questions or comments on how to use Slice, something wasn't clear in the tutorial, let me know. As always, each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And if you're not subscribed already to my YouTube channel, please join me at Doris Edwards on YouTube. And if you're not a part of my Facebook group, the group is called Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, and we'd love to have you join us there as well. All right, guys, have a great day.